Okay, technical difficulties. Back again. I'm gonna pick up where I left off. For those of you that are just picking up on this live, go back and watch the one where it just cut off. So, anyways, I was speaking about transformation and empowerment. How does it take place? What is it? What do we need to make that first step in our lives to transform ourselves from a creature of habit to a creature of freedom, right? If you want to be better, you have to be better. You know what I mean? It means you have to hold yourself accountable and you have to hold others accountable. It means that you don't let anybody get away with nothing. I don't care if they call you the biggest bee on the earth. Be that and be a bad one. You understand me? Like, you have to create the boundaries. The boundaries that you set for yourself are also the boundaries that you set for other people. So, for instance, say you have somebody that's always constantly needing your assistance, always calling you to bail them out. They want you to stop what you're doing in the middle of what you're doing to help them in the middle of a crisis or whatever, what have you. You may have a lazy ass coworker that's always slacking off and they're always making mistakes and you're always going back fixing it and you don't ever bring it to their attention. Maybe there's somebody else that's in your life that talks to you grimy and you just let it happen and you be like, oh, well, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to be politically incorrect or I don't want to be seen as rude or a bitch or whatever, what have you. Man, bump that junk. Once you set those boundaries in place, guess what? God, source, spirit, however you see divinity, the universe, the cosmos, this energetic field that we all live in will start to send you people, will start to send you opportunities that are not gonna F with your boundaries. But you have to be true to yourself. You have to be true to the own boundaries that you set for yourself. So, for instance, maybe you've been telling yourself forever, I'm going to use the cigarettes for example because I'm going to use myself. I told myself forever and ever and ever, oh, I'm going to quit smoking cigarettes. I'm going to quit smoking cigarettes, right? And then what happens? You get stressed out or something happens and you fall right back into that old pattern or habit. You pick up that cigarette, you smoke that cigarette, and that is your mechanism, your coping mechanism. This is something that you've imprinted into yourself to make you think that it's helping you, it's calming your nerves or whatever, what have you. Whatever lie you're telling yourself about this vice that you've been using, whether it's substances, whether it's people, places, things, food, I don't care. The addictions, things of these coping mechanisms, even if it's so much as not speaking up because you're afraid of being judged for speaking up. There's a boundary issue there because you're worried about what they're going to think rather than how you're feeling in the moment. So you're telling yourself and you're telling the universe that, hey, I don't matter. This person's opinion matters more than mine. And how is that even possible? How can someone else's opinion of you matter more to you than you? Right? Right. So, the first step to transformation and empowerment is acceptance, recognition, and forgiveness. Okay? You have to accept the things that you've done, the things that have happened to you, the things that you allowed happen to you because, like that saying goes, people will only do to you what you allow them to do. This comes with your boundaries. This is boundaries on your time. This is boundaries on your money. This is boundaries on your possessions. This is boundaries on your body. This is boundaries on your thoughts. This is boundaries on your emotions. Because people will use these things against you. It's like the court of law. They will be used against you. Right? And then when they are used against you, then you feel some sort of way. And this affects your mental, it affects your mentality, it affects your thought process, it affects your emotions. It affects how you respond to this type of situation again. How do we get out of this situation? How do we see the power in an empowering in an unempowered situation? I think that's how you say that. whatever. You know what I mean? How do you do this? I know some of you have been in this situation where you've tried other things. You might have tried meditation. You might have tried readings. You may have tried therapy. You might have tried talking to a friend, and you're just not getting the results that you want. Or you start getting some results and then they fall off later, so you feel like maybe that's not for you, or you're doing it wrong, or something like that, which feeds back into that low vibrational self. We're all about self-mastery over here. So whether it's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, whether it makes you feel uncomfortable or comfortable, you have to experience that. Because with experience comes growth, comes knowledge, comes acceptance, comes forgiveness as well. You become more aware, right? You become more aware of the things that are happening. So in this period of integration and calibration and activation, there's a lot of moving parts going on. You may have an emotional response to a mental trigger that has nothing to do with your physical surroundings. Why? This is a pertinent question to ask yourself. Why? These are teaching and learning moments for yourself. You are your own teacher. You understand me? As well as life. Life gives you your experiences. You are your own teacher. When something comes up back up in your life again and you're wondering, well, damn, I thought I was over this. I thought I had conquered this fear, or I dealt with this issue, or it was resolved, and yet here it is rearing its ugly head again. Well, that's a key indication that you are still in this loop. You are still in this pattern. You are still relying on a default setting within your energetic system, right? Okay. Everything starts with a thought. Everything. If you're going to do something, then be the best at it that you're going to do. If you're going to be a street sweeper, be the best street sweeper you can be. If you're going to be a mother, be the best mother you can be. If you're going to be an executive, be the best executive you can be. If you're going to be the best, if you want to be spiritual, be the best at spirituality for you. Do that for you. Everything that you should do should be for your benefit. I know it sounds selfish and I know it sounds condescending, because we're supposed to help each other, because we are all a community of human beings, right? We all belong to the human race. I don't care whether you black, white, brown, red, purple, with yellow spots, or whatever. We're all a part of this collective energy grid. So what you allow one person to do, another person is going to come in and do too, whether they are totally related to each other, the situation to totally related or not. So my quest for you, my challenge for you over this weekend is, when something comes up in your awareness, or something happens to you that is adverse or not advantageous to your final design, I challenge you to question, why is this happening? I urge you to question yourself, your motives for doing the things that you do. If you stop everything that you're doing and someone is infringing on your time, why do you drop everything that you're doing just to go rescue this person, and you know that you need some rest? Even if you don't need some rest, you just don't want to be bothered. Why do you feel obligated to go help this person in the moment, in a time of your relaxation, in the middle of some well-deserved me time? Why do you feel necessary to drop everything and go run and help this person? You need to ask yourself this. If you're in a relationship where you're feeling undervalued, unappreciated, unseen, and unheard, then why? Ask yourself why. How many relationships have you been in where this has been the prevalent theme, right? All of these things you need to ask yourself. There are going to be things that are going to be coming into your awareness for you to question. Have that Arsenio Hall moment. Things that make you go, interesting. Curiouser and curiouser. What am I supposed to be learning from this? Why am I thinking about this? Because truth be told, I'm just going to let y'all know. We get inklings of things that are to come, things that have happened, things that are going to be, right? We have a feeling, that gut feeling within ourselves if something isn't right or not, if something is right or wrong for ourselves. Now, we live in a society where everyone feels like they have the permission to project their views onto you, right? So say for instance, let's take religion. We're just going to use this because this is a very controversial topic. Religion versus spirituality. God versus the universe. Is God the universe? How was humanity created? Was it the Big Bang? Was it some ominous figure that no one can see or touch, right? Or is it something that we are destined to become, whether there was this higher power or not? However you see it. Are you an atheist? Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's call it out. Are you an atheist? Do you believe in nothing? Are you an omninist? Do you believe in everything? Do you believe that there is truth in all of the religious theologies and disciplines, spiritual or otherwise? Are you a Christian? Are you a Muslim? Are you a Buddhist? Are you a Taoist? You know what I mean? How do these things play a part in your life? Is the religious or spiritual practice that you are involved in now, is that something that you were raised with? Is this something that you just adopted because this is what you were told to do, right? Or is this something that you have found within yourself? Have you done the research for yourself to find out what exactly fits for you? Maybe no organized religion, maybe no organized religious faction fits you. Maybe you're more of a person that experiments with different parts of different religions, different theologies, different disciplines, and you make a mashup and you develop a spiritual practice for yourself. Whatever it may be, you know? I feel like you're going to there has to be a time and a place that you stop. You just stop. You wool kimo sabe. I mean, you pump the brakes on all these other things that are swirling in your existence. You let it all fall away and you focus on you. What do you want? What do you need? What do you desire? And I'm going to be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, what you think you want, what you think you need, what you think you desire is not it at all. That is what your lower self, that lower vibration, that ego is telling you that you need, want, and desire. Meanwhile, you have something else over here that you are striving to get to that you don't even know how to get to yet, but you know it's there. Because you can feel it. You can sense it. It's almost like a spidey sense of what's to come. You know that you can't go back. You know that you can't go back because you've made it to this halfway point. You've made it to a point where you have shed some of that oldness from you. You shed a lot of those things that kept you in a box. You shed that, right? So now you're at a crossroads. This is where you activate your soul power. At that crossroads, because at the crossroads is the darkest place. You know you can't go back. You know that you want to move forward, but you're not sure how. When you activate your soul power, you are you through and through, unapologetically. You show up as you. You speak your mind. You say your piece, whether they like it or not. Right? You honor yourself first and foremost, and what matters to you first and foremost. This allows you to connect with yourself, your inner self, your higher self, divinity, God, source, spirit, your ancestors, however you see divinity. This allows you to activate a dialogue between the three. And when I say the three, I mean God, source, spirit, the universe, the cosmos, however you see divinity. So between divinity, your higher self, and you. This is the synergy that happens when you activate your soul power. You become in alignment. sacred alignment. That means you are in alignment, mind, body, and spirit, with the mission that you came here to do. Not everything that we do in our lives is soul aligned. Not everything we do is for our best interest. 9 times out of 10, and most of our lives, we've been taught to put others first. Think of others before we think of ourselves. Things of this nature. Share. Down from starting as little children, we're taught to share. So it's like if we're playing with a toy, or we have something and we're using it and somebody else wants to, or another child wants to play with it, we're taught that we're to give that up and let them play with it, because it's called sharing. It's not called sharing. It's called giving away your power, and it's teaching you early how to do it. Don't give away your power. Don't give away what is yours. Okay? Children, parents, point blank period. I have grandchildren. Okay? I have 2 small grandchildren. They are just now getting to that age where they're going to daycare, they're going to school, they're interacting with other children of their age, so forth and so on, things of that nature. I'm not going to tell my grandchild to share. I'm sorry. Y'all can berate me all you want. I'm not going to tell my grandchild to share. What I will tell my grandchild is this. If somebody has a toy that you may be playing with at school and they want to use it, you let them know, hey, I'm still playing with it right now, but when I'm done, I'll be more than happy to bring it to you and let you play with it. I'm not going to teach my grandson to give up his power, to be like, oh, well, I'm still playing with it, but because they want it, what they want is more important than what I want. This is not true. This is a lie that well-meaning parents, grandparents, teachers, elders in the family teach children from a young age. Do you understand me? So we teach our children at a young age to have lax boundaries. We teach our children at a young age that sharing is proper etiquette between human beings and interaction with people. But in all actuality, you're teaching that child and ingraining in that child and imprinting in that child and conditioning that child to give up what is rightfully theirs. How do you think that's going to play out later on in life? How do you think that's going to look in a job, for instance? Maybe how do you think that would look if they want to go for a promotion or a job and they feel like, oh, well, I'm not going to get it because so-and-so has this and so-and-so has that. Or maybe I shouldn't go for this because this person or that person has more than me. Or maybe I should let them have it because I have more. No. This is not how life should go. This is not how we should teach our children. This is not what we should teach ourselves. We should not keep perpetuating this lie to ourselves as we get older. We take it. We P. Diddy that shit. Take that. We take the abuse. We take the being talked down to. We take the being overlooked. We take all of the brunt of all of the shit that everybody has to give us. And then at the end of the day, we wake up one day and we don't know who we are. Because we've become a chameleon to each and every situation given to us in life to make everyone else comfortable but ourselves. The boundaries you set for yourself are the boundaries you set for other people. If you tell yourself, hey, self, sorry, guys, one moment. Sorry. See what I mean? Life. But like they say, one monkey don't stop no show. There's always a learning experience. We learn from life. Life is a learning experience. We come here to learn. Our soul, all of our souls incarnated into this lifetime to learn, to express, to grow in knowledge, power, and to to achieve our destiny and our goals, right? How do you do that? How do you do that if you're stuck in a cycle? Do you know you're stuck in a cycle? How do you know? How do you know if you're stuck in a cycle? Good question, right? Simple answer, without being all technical and woo-woo with it. If you keep going through the same thing, but with different situations, but the energy on it is the same shit keeps happening, but in a varied way, there's a variation on the same fuckery, then guess what? You're in a pattern. You're in a karmic pattern. And 9 times out of 10, you were incarnated in this life with it. How does that help me, Mika? How does that help me, Black Moon? How does that help me, Rasmika? What do I do? Meditation, I strongly suggest. I know that a lot of people don't get it. They think that it's all about sitting in a quiet space and clearing your mind and not having anything to say and all of this and just listening. And no, there's active meditations. Find a meditation that works for you. If meditation doesn't work for you, journal. But find some way to purge your energy, purge your soul. And sometimes it's as easy as confronting the issue head on. Whether it's a person, a place, or a thing. What brings you fear? What are you afraid of? What are you holding on to for fear that if you let it go, that something more tragic is going to happen? What have you imprinted into yourself? What have you conditioned into yourself? What has been conditioned into you? These are real pertinent questions to ask yourself if you're trying to get to a place of emotional, mental, and spiritual stability and alignment. Okay? So go back and watch the first part of the video. This is the second part, kind of preemptive. Channeling got interrupted, whatever. But the message is still the same. If it's meant for you, you'll know. You were drawn here. You saw this video. So that means something in here is for you. I don't care if it's one word, one sentence. Something in it for you. Like I said, we're all about self-mastery over here. Self-mastery is not an easy task. Self-mastery is not something that you can do on your own. But I'm just going to make that perfectly clear right now. It's not something that you can do on your own. Not necessarily saying that you need to hire someone like me, a transformation empowerment coach, a life coach, a spiritual coach, or whatever, what have you. But you're not doing it alone. You're going to have somebody that you talk to. You're going to have somebody that you vent to. Right? Jeez, guys, my lips look ashy. Sorry. You know, you're going to have to purge it in some way. Even if it's just talking to yourself out loud and just getting it off of your chest. This is something that needs to be done to start the healing process. Because there's going to be a lot of crying. There's going to be a lot of things that you may have even forgot about. But once you start putting yourself into this practice of centering yourself and being one with yourself, meditation, things will start to come up into your awareness. Things that happen from childhood, adolescence, even as an adult. Things that were uncomfortable for you. Things that you wanted to forget ever existed, ever happened to you. They're going to start to come back up and you're going to be like, why is this happening? Why am I remembering this? This is happening because this is something you haven't dealt with yet. Right? And for every person is different. There is no one individual that is the same. Even twins, triplets, quadruplets are not the same and are not completely identical through and through. You know what I mean? And you are not completely the same through and through. Like I say, every day, every experience, every interaction, everything that we go through each and every day from moment to moment molds us each and every day from moment to moment. So, my question at the end of this video for you is, what is it that you were telling yourself that you need to let go of? Right? What is it that you are telling yourself that no longer suits who you are today. Right? What no longer serves you? Maybe you used to be, maybe you used to worry about money a lot. And you keep telling yourself that, well, if I don't worry about money, the 8 of coins, there is hard work, meticulous work that needs to be done. Told you I don't need these cards for real. I've been talking this whole damn time. Now cards want to flip. It's craziness. But that's how my gift works. I am divinely guided and I'm divinely in tune. Right? So, I think that the pertinent question again is, what is it that you need to let go of that you feel has been has disempowered you in some way? In what way can you bring back some of your ashe that you've given away? Your life force, your power, your essence, the essence of you. Okay? Because here's the skinny, y'all. Let's just be honest. We live in a very narcissistic society. Everybody has an opinion on what everyone else should do, or what everyone else should be, or what everyone else should think, how they should act, how they should dress, how they should talk, how they should walk, what their profession should be, how to raise their children, how to raise themselves. Because at the end of the day, when we leave our parents and we're done under our parents and our elders' tutelage, we are under the tutelage of ourselves. This is where we hone our own energy. This is where you learn to be you. Who are you? What are you? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of soul do you want to leave? What kind of soul do you want to transcend into the next life? What is it that's been holding you back? What thought, what fear, what pattern have you recognized in your journey to self-mastery that is prevalent? Okay? Like for me, my biggest worry has always been about acceptance and recognition, right? As a child in my family, you are taught to be seen and not heard. So that means you sit there, you be quiet, you be respectful, you don't join in adult conversations, you stay in a child's place. Well, when you become 18, are you still a child? Or are you a young adult? When you go through puberty, when you have emotions and feelings and thoughts that are yours that you don't understand, do you stay in a child's place then? So think about it. Think about your upbringing. Think about what you've been conditioned to believe, what you've been conditioned to think, what you've been conditioned to act like, what you've been conditioned to implement into your life. Is tradition really a tradition if no one abides by it? And then are all traditions good? Are all things that you have been carrying around with you still valid for you? Or is there some type of purging and revamp that needs to happen? In order for alchemy to happen, in order for transformation to happen, you have to let something go to gain something better. Even though you don't know what it is yet. Right? So the purpose, again, of these past 2 videos, again, is to understand what transformation and empowerment of self is. Where do you start? What can you do? What are signs that you may be stuck in a pattern that you need help getting out of? There's no shame in asking for help. There's no shame in wanting to talk to someone. There's no shame in being betrayed. There's no shame in having had negative things happen to you. There's no shame in having negative thoughts. It's all a part of that human experience that we are all having as divine beings. It happens. The trick is not to go down with the ship. Okay? That is the trick. Not to go down with the ship. And me as an empowerment, as a Black Moon empowerment catalyst, I am divinely guided to seeing your soul's potential. I can literally speak to your soul, your higher self, and bring that message through that you may not have been able to see yourself because you have been blinded or you have been blocking that intuitive notion, that message that's been coming through to you. Sometimes our guides, God comes to us and gives us a message, gives us a sense of things to come, of what to do next, of what needs to be done, of what needs to be let go of. And we don't listen. But you'll go and get that same message from someone that is not ourselves, and we'll believe it. Crazy, right? You believe a stranger to tell you how to live your life, instead of listening to your own true higher self. Right? Right. So, with that being said, I challenge you. Be more observant. Be more aware of yourself. How do you, what thoughts go through your head when something bad happens? What thoughts go through your head when something good happens? What thoughts go through your head when nothing is happening or seems like nothing is happening? Because the only thing constant is change. Change is always happening, whether you see it physically or not. Change is always happening. Okay? So that's it for today. Well, for right now. Join me again for my next video where I'll be talking more about transformation and empowerment. And I'll touch a little bit more on exactly what your soul power frequency is, how you can activate it, and how calibration is necessary in order for you to move forward in your life. Okay? If what I've talked about in this video is something that's really hitting home for you, you're feeling it, you know? It's something that you understand. Drop me a comment, drop me an emoji, IM me. Hit me on Instant Messenger, and let's talk about it. You can set up a free, it's a free call it's called a soul transmission call, which basically I am transmitting a message from your higher self and your guides to you, your physical yourself now, to help you to help you see the opportunities that you really have, the choices that you have, the opportunities that will come from letting go of some things. Okay? And how to devise a plan to actually get you to where you want to be. Okay? If you're interested in that call, drop me an emoji, drop me a comment, or IM me, and we'll set that up for you. But until then, everybody, peace, love, and happiness. Remember, be stronger, be wiser, be better than you were yesterday, because you are powerful, you are limitless, and you are fearless in everything that you do. God made it so. You are worthy. You got this. Okay? Love you guys. Peace.